Alright, hopefully, hopefully this works. Yeah, it looks like it's working. Perfect. Alright, hello, hi, greetings, howdy, how are you? Looks like we're working. I hope we are. Alright, I'll get a game going in just a minute. Let me just get the stream up on my Surface. While I'm doing that, that gives you guys time to kind of fill in. At least that's the hope. There we go. Hopefully. Hello, Ultron7. Pleasure to have you here. I will be live streaming a variety of games, some of which may be new, some of which may be old. God, I hope this is working properly. Really, really hope this is working properly. Man, I'm having all kinds of technical issues today. It's a lot of fun. It doesn't look like the chat is... Oh, there we are. It is showing up in the chat. Okay, lovely. Hello. Sorry, guys. I'm just having a minor issue. It's going very, very good. Very, very good. Alright. All I need to do, all I want is I want to be able to see the chat down here so that I can read it and respond to it. And I'm having not a lot of luck. 1 second. 1 second. This is going very well. While I am doing this, do please consider checking out bit.ly/typecastgogo. Look at the Typecast crowdfunding campaign. We are hoping to raise enough money to make as many episodes as possible. Right now, we are at about the 7,500 mark. It is $7,413 right now. If we can get that up to 8,000, I will consider this to be a very, you know, successful stream. Not something I have any control over, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Keeping my fingers very, very crossed indeed. Let me tweak some settings. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. Thanks for bearing with me. There we go. Alright, hello, hello, we are back. Now I need to decide what game I'm going to play. I can't play Crypto the Necrodancer because they broke the controls. Let's see. No, you know what? Kick it old school. Let's play Dungeon Keeper. Love me some Dungeon Keeper. I haven't played this in a very long time. Yeah, Christopher, that is very much what kind of gives these things away, huh?
Ever smile.
All right. There's a number of fun glitches with the DOSBox version of Dungeon Keeper, apparently. Does anyone remember the hotkey to change the resolution? Because, it's F5? No. All right. Here we go. Oh, the mouse is very sensitive. been a while since I played this.
You must build a treasure room to store gold.
Yeah, I know. Gotta have someone to put that gold down. Yeah, Bullfrog made some really good stuff. You know, I miss the stuff that Bullfrog used to make. It's been a while since I played this.
An entrance has been claimed.
Lovely, I have a giant fly now. I love games like this. I'm not necessarily good at them. You know what I should be streaming? I should be streaming Settlers, except that's not monster themed, so never mind. It's fun though. There we go. Check that bad boy out. This is going very, very well. This was such a good game. Do you remember when EA tried to knock out that mobile version and it just wasn't good? It just wasn't good, you know? Oh, they're trying.
Your creatures
Whoa.
are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Yeah, that's how you zoom out.
Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy.
Now, I know there's an option. Huh. Didn't even know you could do this. Man, they really are giving it their best, aren't they? This was such a great game. You know, I don't think I ever played the Mutant League games. Oh, but I think that's what I should play next, don't you? Do you think maybe I should play some Rocket League? I'm not good at it by any means, but I enjoy playing it.
The enemy has broken through your walls. Your creatures are under attack. Your creatures are attacking the enemy. Your creatures are falling in battle. Your minions are winning a battle. Beware, the Lord of the Land approaches. We shall cast you back into the shadows, Keeper.
Here he comes.
Creatures are under attack.
Here comes the dude boy.
Your creatures are attacking the
I love that the sound of the Lord of the Land getting hit is identical to the sound of the Doom guy getting hit.
creatures are falling in battle. Your creatures are under attack.
There we go. That's how you increase the resolution. It is done.
Your minions are winning a battle. You have conquered this realm.
You know, I never played Carmageddon. I think that's it. I think I've basically finished this level. Oh, I love the first Quake. The first Quake, I think, was one of the first PC games I ever played.
Ever smile.
Alright, well, I'm going to quit out of this. Let's see. What would be... Oh, Spelunky seems like a... I definitely remember Descent. I had a demo of Descent on my first PC. Screen Cheat is good, but nobody plays it. Let's see. Spelunky is good. Binding of Isaac is good. Let's see. I'm enjoying Sociable Soccer. Okay, so it's 11:10. We've got 50 minutes until midnight. That is when the the stream, the crowdfunding campaign for Typecast ends. If you haven't checked it out already, do please go to bit.ly/typecastgogo. Try to chip in a few pennies if you can afford to. Right now we are still at 74.13. I'd love to get us past the $8,000 mark. I'm beginning to wonder if that's a bit of a pipe dream, but that would really, that would push us, allow us to make a really solid first batch of episodes. And I'm gonna jump into Binding of Isaac. Yeah, wrestling games are... Excuse me. Wrestling games are very interesting. I wonder why it is not giving me the full screen. 1 second, full screen. Oh, and there we go. Alright. I've never been keen on wrestling, but I enjoy wrestling games. Because they're just kind of fun and arcadey. And they don't require a lot of technique or expertise. It's not to say I don't like games that are more arcadey that don't require expertise, but I think that is a pattern with a lot of stuff that I play. I'm a big fan of sensible soccer and sociable soccer for that reason, because they are so accessible. There are a lot of games that I'm not... It's not to say I'm not technically minded. I mean, if you sit me down and, if I sit down and play, Worms or, Flashback, I'm very good on, the technicals on the nitty-gritty on Flashback. Actua Soccer, I don't think is one I've played a lot of. I remember seeing ads for it all the time. I just don't think I ever actually played it myself. I'm very bad at... I'm not good at streaming on my own because I just kind of sit in silence. I play the game. I'm not... When it's something with a history behind it, like Worms the Director's Cut, I'm very good at kind of talking about that as I play. But when it's something like this that's technical, I'm never gonna be a Markiplier because I hyper focus on the game. You're never gonna get me, talking about, unless I have someone to talk with. That's always been my weakness when it comes to live streaming. Favorite Star Wars game is always going to be Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2. Hands down, it's my favorite. It's a really solid, fun first-person shooter that happens to be set in the Star Wars universe. And I fell in love with Jedi Knight long before I was even remotely interested in Star Wars. Star Wars never did anything for me as a kid. Star Wars was not something... I remember going to see the 97 special edition in theaters. My cousin Andy took me to see it. And then the next Star Wars film that I saw was The Phantom Menace. And it just didn't I mean, Phantom Menace is Phantom Menace, but it took a long time for me to kind of get on side with Star Wars. Really, it was... I didn't realize how important Star Wars had become to me until, you know, The Force Awakens. Force Awakens is the Star Wars movie that made me realize how much I love Star Wars. Because I've seen that original trilogy so many times. Now these guys can spit fireballs at me at any time, so I need to be careful. There we go. Oh. I could have just jumped straight into... Oh well, fair enough. It's a very particular set of muscles to talk about what you're doing as you're doing it. I think I thrive better in a Game Grumps style setup with multiple people rather than a solo setup. This is why I like streaming with Mikey over on the FilmJoy channel, because he and I always have some, you know, we have a lot of interesting conversations that brew out of, you know, what we're playing. Ugh. Okay, I'm not going to take that. Oh, I love Yooka-Laylee. I have Yooka-Laylee for the Xbox One and the Switch. Right, let's see what this does. Nothing! I always forget that these guys explode. I love the collision detection in this game. Oh! I have not been using this at all. I've been using it this whole time. Oh well. Yeah, JonTron getting cut from Yooka-Laylee does not. I mean, that's definitely known, and it doesn't surprise me in the least because he's a garbage boy. Alright. I used to play a lot of Doom mods back in the day. I was obsessed with Doom mods for quite a while there. But these days, if I'm playing Doom, I'm fascinated by the process of making mods, but if I'm going to play Doom, I want to play, Doom as intended. But back in the day, I used to, I had Z-Doom and GL Doom, and I experimented with a lot of mods, particularly mods that, like, replace the sprites with 3D models and, stuff like that, which was fun. What is Smooth Doom? I struggle with the idea of, like, if that's what a person is using their platform for, I don't think they should have a platform. I do think it's possible to separate the artist from the art, but I think with JonTron, because so much of it was, as well as the show, he did his streaming, and his streaming is part of his art. That's his medium, and if he's going to use that platform, that that canvas, to spread that kind of talk, then I don't have the time for that. I don't have the energy for that, I'll look at Smooth Doom. I'll check it out. I'm always interested in, stuff, sprite work that people do. Oh, I'm not going to survive past this room. This room's going to kill me. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. So long. Right, let's do another run. Oh. Rookie move. So much better than that. This is another one of those. I'm playing on the PC right now, but I have this game on the Switch as well, and it's one of my favorite games to kind of sit and play at the airport, just to kind of weird people out. What time is it? It's 11:23. We got slightly over half an hour left until the Indiegogo campaign wraps up. Do please consider checking out the URL bit.ly/typecastgogo and chip in, because every little bit, every penny that we get helps us to takes us a step further towards making the show that we want to make. And I think that, I'm biased, but I think this is going to be a good show. It's a good project. I'm very proud of the scripts. The scripts are really good. The scripts are really, really good. Caesar Boy, I've actually not played the Switch version of Doom. I talked myself out of buying it last year because I have it for the Xbox One, and I'm trying to get to a point in my life where I'm not just buying the same game on multiple systems. And with modern games, it's really hard to discern any tangible difference. I'm at a point now as well where I have friends at certain developers who can provide me with codes for games on multiple systems. Case in point, I'll probably be doing an episode about Yooka-Laylee at some point in the near future. But unless there is someone at id Software or Bethesda who wants to hook me up with a copy of Doom on the Switch, it probably won't be something. Or if someone someone buys me a copy, it probably won't be something that I do an episode on. I'm curious. I'm keen to see how Doom survives the transition to the Switch, and I think that could be an episode in and of itself, like games that were ported to the Switch, how do they compare? I'm dead. Alright, I'm gonna play a different game. I think that could be an episode in and of itself. Speaking of Doom, screw it. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, you got to do that. Okay. Yeah, I think I could do an episode about Switch ports of games, but that requires a kind of financial expense that I'm not really keen to kind of drop another $60 on a bunch of games, especially not games I already have. So this will take as long as this takes. It's good planning. I have Freedom Planet. I've played a little bit of it. That's the one that's kind of Sonic the Hedgehog like, right? Uses the same base game engine, or uses kind of a repurposed or a reverse engineered Sonic 2 engine, I believe. Is it Chris Whitehead joint? Is it one of his jobs? I think he's working on the second one. Let's see where we are with... While it's doing this, I'm just going to quickly look at the... Still 7413. I just did a tweet. Hopefully... I would really like to see this number cross 8,000. I'd really like to see it reach the 8,000 mark. My dream is still 10,000, but I don't know if that's going to happen in the next half an hour. What do you think, guys? How are you feeling about it? This is going very well. This is a great stream. This is some top-notch, grade A content. It's going very, very well. Don't forget, while we're doing this, please go to bit.ly/typecastgogo and pledge a few bucks to the Typecast crowdfunding campaign. It is a comedy drama about actors who are also monsters, where they are in their careers and where they want to be. It is 8 episodes of very funny scripted comedy. It's Being Human meets extras by way of 30 Rock. I will be playing the Swamp Monster. My head is going to be encased in latex. It's going to be a lot of fun. Do please check it out, because I'm very, very proud of these scripts and I want to be able to make this show. I want to make as much of this show as possible. And if we can get, to the, $8,000 to $10,000 range, we can make a killer first couple of episodes. Don't worry, I'll fix that in a minute. Settings, display. System, here we go. How's that? That looks a lot better. Oh man, I could turn the 3D on and it would be bad because I don't have a 3D rig. You're right, Fetus Fater. It is just going to be my head and hands that are going to be in the makeup. So I'm really, you know, really excited about getting to wear that makeup. And it's fun. Like, acting, like, monster acting is a very different, you know, it's a very different thing. Let's go to old school Doom. Screw it. Crank that bad boy up. Good job! I died straight away. That was great. That was awesome. Hurry up and die. There we go. And it's been a while since I played this on Hurt Me Plenty. There we go. Serious Sam, I always loved Serious Sam. I never played Duke Nukem. It wasn't one that was really on my radar. When I finally got to play it, like the amount of immersion in the game, I think, like the amount that you could interact with the world was cool. But just the game itself, I just couldn't bring myself to care. There's a lot of really cool ideas that have been executed on in very interesting ways in Duke Nukem 3D, but I've just never been able to get myself to a place where I can care about those games. Thank you so much for backing the campaign. Let's see where we are now. Thank you so much. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. I'm hopeful. Like, I really want to make this show. We've been working on this show since 2012, but I first like had the initial kind of the early concept that kind of planted the seed of this idea is, God, at this point 12 years old now. Like, that's a third of my life ago, and being able to make this show is something that I've wanted to do for a while. And I know Mac and I have both put a tremendous amount of effort and energy into writing the scripts. But thank you so much for throwing in a few bucks. I really appreciate that. We want to make something that's funny and entertaining and tells a story, and I think we're gonna do that. I'm so thrilled with the shape of these scripts. I'm so thrilled with the way that the scripts have turned out, and the world that we've built and the characters that we've developed, because it's all, you know, it's a fully fleshed out world with full characters and a story that, like, I'm excited to tell this story. I would be excited. The fact that I got to write this story, I'm immensely proud of. But, you know, this is the kind of stuff I would want to watch. And we were very much inspired by, you know, things like, you know, in terms of like our world building for the monster side of things like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Being Human, but in terms of the comedy, it's definitely it's got a very 30 Rock / IT Crowd kind of vibe. I don't know how to react to that, because I don't know how old you think I am. I'm 32, which is the number of my age. Christopher, you seem shocked that... Yeah, I'm 32 now. I moved to America when I was 21, and I came up with the idea for or the loose idea that became Typecast originated in, I want to say 2006, when I was like 20. 19 or 20. Ooh. Come back. There we go. I do that all the time. Like, I see someone, or like I see a musician or a YouTuber that I like, and I think they've got to be older than me. And then it turns out they were born 3 full days ago and are babies. They're babies with their own multimedia empire, and it's like, oh no, I failed at adulthood. I'm human wreckage. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, guys. I suck. I'm sorry. Tried my best. Christopher, I keep seeing your last name, and it's a great last name, but I'm looking down at the chat in the corner of my eye on my second screen down there, and every time I see it, I think you're starting your sentences with the word bugger. Alright, give it a minute. Hey, check me out. There we go. Bugger is not a particularly wholesome term, it does have to be said. Can't go through there like I thought I could, but that's alright, that's okay. God, I played the crap out of Doom with the cheats on and like clipped through maps and just really explored this world. Like Doom blew me away. As a kid. Bugger's only wholesome in America. Bugger does not mean the same thing in the UK. I'll tell you that now for free. For a zero money down sum. Bugger is not wholesome. I got told off in school for saying bugger when I was about, I want to say 9 or 10. I was sharpening a pencil, the tip broke. I was like, ah, bugger. And I got told off from my teacher. I said, that's a swear, you can't say that. And I told him, it's not a swear. But he told me it was, and that's how I learned it was a bad word. But it's not a bad word in America. Like, you can say it in kids' shows. It's baffling. Other thing I did not realize about Doom, when I first played it, is how much of the music is, quote, inspired by the rock music of bands like, you know, Black Sabbath and Metallica and whatnot. Like, none of that stuff had really clicked with me because I hadn't heard much of it. Like, I didn't hear a lot of rock music until, I'm being completely honest, Guitar Hero and Rock Band, which I think kind of tells you the kind of music that I listen to. I'm a very poppy person. I like pop music. In the UK, bugger does not mean something wholesome. And I will leave it at that. I'm not going to say it on this stream. But I'll let you do the research on that one. Oh, bugger. See? Case in point. We're 20 minutes away from the end of the campaign now. Is the Doom guy gaming's first boring Space Marine character? I think he might be. It's been a while since I played this game. I am forgetting where all of their shit is in these levels. It's red. Ooh. Rocky Balboa, come on now. Oh! Did not realise there was a dude right there. And now I'm dead. Alright, that means it's time to change the game, I think. Alright, let's load up a different game. Let's go for the last 18 minutes. Serious Sam, let's do that. Ah. Honestly thought I'd already done this. Well, plus side, at least this bit should be quick. Love me some Serious Sam. It's one of my all-time favourite games. Online interactions not rated by the ESRB. But they should be. Yeah, I like that those are separate categories, don't you? Favorite modern shooters. I quite like Dusk, but that's cheating a little bit. Oh, why am I getting such poor performance? Dusk is good. That seems to be a bit better. Graphics options. Keyboard and mouse. Inverted. Good, as it should be. Let's go with the Karnak demo. Let's put it on serious. Game Basement, favourite PortsCenter I have ever produced is the SimCity episode. Not only do I think it gets across a solid argument, I think it's an interesting kind of essay about the type of games Nintendo makes. It's also a very personal episode to me. I mean, I talk a lot about my childhood and what SimCity means to me, and whoa, I'm getting some... This is not running... There we go, that's a bit better. It's probably... I think the SimCity episode is probably my favourite... Probably my favourite PortsCenter. I don't think I'm ever going to top it. I don't know that I'm capable of topping that episode in terms of content. Ooh. Maybe I shouldn't have cranked the difficulty up so high. Hey, I found a secret area. I've not tried Iron Maiden. Oh, I've only got 2 health, man. That's not good. This is not going to end well for me, cause I've only got 19 health, and these guys have claws, and I only have guns with infinite bullets. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna die horribly. See, it's interesting that people resonate with the Donkey Kong Country episode so much, because that's the episode that I am the least happy with of all of the episodes I've ever made. Because I don't talk about the game, I talk about this one part of the game that frustrated me, and it did, like, where it came to a point when I had to start writing the Donkey Kong Country episode, and I was still stuck on Minecart Carnage. And the frustrating thing about Minecart Carnage is all of the stuff that you think you know about Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo goes out the window in the Game Boy Color version. The physics are different. When your cart gets hit on the Super Nintendo version, it does a little hop that it does not do on the Game Boy Color version. There's a secret barrel at the beginning of the minecart level on the Super Nintendo version that you can use to bypass almost the entire thing. That is just not there on the Game Boy Color version. So the Donkey Kong Country episode is interesting to me because that episode was not about me sharing an interesting facet of an interesting port. That was just me venting my frustration. That was me making an episode basically because I had to. Because I was trying to get into a regular routine of making, you know, weekly and bi-weekly episodes, and I didn't want to, you know, let anyone down by not putting out content. Now I would rather wait and make something better. That it's interesting that, I don't know, I mean, I was a very different person in 2013 when I made that episode. I would say, angrier. I was dealing with a variety of emotions and, you know, things that I'm not going to go into any particular detail about here, but I don't feel like, you know, I feel like I used, good job me, I used the show as an outlet for those emotions, and that really wasn't the place for it, that wasn't the venue for it. If it got people into the show, brilliant, but it's not, it's not representative of what I want PortsCenter to be. Certainly it's not representative of what I want PortsCenter to be now. I want PortsCenter to be a show that is interesting and informative and funny. And I don't think the Donkey Kong Country episode is a good example of that. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad that people... Jesus. Alright. Okay. Alright. Time to de-stress. You know, I don't think that episode is a good starting point. Excuse me. But like the most viewed episodes of PortsCenter have always been the Mortal Kombat 2 episode and the StarCraft 64 episode are the most popular. The Rayman episode is one I am very proud of. Where's my hometown's team? Where are they? There they are. Alright, let's rock and roll. Luton, fun fact, is my hometown. Ah, that could have been a goal. It should have been a goal. It's difficult to talk about early PortsCenter with any sense of detachment, because a lot of it is wrapped up in, like, I was trying so hard back then to kind of be Charlie Brooker, because I thought that, you know, I hadn't really found my voice. I feel like I've found my voice now. Soldier Boy, I have played Sensible Soccer on every platform you care to mention. It's one of my favourite soccer games. It's the reason I love this game, because this game was made by the people who worked on Sensible Soccer. But you know, I was trying too hard to be Charlie Brooker in the early days, and I think that shows in a lot of the content that I make, or I made back then. Now I try to be a little bit more. I try to be me rather than him. I'm very thankful, you know, I'm a big fan of Charlie Brooker, and I'm very thankful that, you know, oh, my guy got sent off. I'm very thankful that, you know, he makes the stuff that he makes. Man, I'm just scoring goals all over the place. 3-0? I'm never this good. This is the game. I own a Steam Link so I can play this game in the living room. Like, I bought a Steam Link for Sociable Soccer. Oh! There we go. I haven't played the Tecmo Bowl games, but my roommate is a huge fan of Tecmo Bowl, and is actually the other day. Apparently, there's a remake for the Xbox One that he's trying to get me to play. Oh, come on. Oh. Trouble with Luton is they always try to walk it in. Getting guys sent off left, right and centre. Oof. Ooh, come on now. Oh, NBA Jam was a classic. I was never any good at it. I'm never good at sports games. The fact that I've been able to score 4 goals in this game is nothing short of a miracle. Alright. So we are in the last 3 minutes now of the campaign. I'm going to take the stream over to here. We're at nearly 7,500. I wonder if we can tip over the... It's weird. It's weird to think that... It's weird to think that we've been doing this... We've been working on this campaign, Mac and I. We've been working on this project for over 6 years now. And we're going to be able to start making... some of it. It's not all of it. But it's a beginning. It's a start, and I'm really nervous. I knew that we were asking for a lot of money. Like $50,000 is a lot of money to ask for, and we did the Kickstarter last year that was not especially successful. I think we ended up with a target. We ended up with an amount that was slightly less than this, and because Kickstarter's all or nothing. But we've raised some money here. We can make 1 or 2 episodes, maybe 3, and I'm still, the fact that we're going to get to make any of it blows my mind. A lot of people have pledged. 140 backers have supported this project, and that means a lot to me. This was a project that I would talk to my parents about a lot. My parents passed away in 2014. They died about 2 months apart, and I think that's it. I think we've hit. Alright, that is our final tally. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who backed, everyone who supported the project. This is where we've landed. Mac and I are going to probably sit down after the weekend and work out the budget and see how much we can make with that. Maybe 1 or 2 episodes. If you on the chat, if you chipped in, thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to working on this and working on more of this and showing you what we can do and what we want to do. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to wrap up the stream, but you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you again sometime. Take care.